Hey there, Motley Patriot here. So interesting, we're at an old furnace, an iron furnace here just south of Orange County in Spotsylvania. And it's called Catherine Furnace. Let me tell you about it. Catherine Furnace, the stone stack in front of you is all the remains of Catherine Furnace, built in 1837. Closed a decade later, the furnace was reborn to meet the Confederacy's wartime need for iron. Union cavalrymen under General George A. Custer destroyed the furnace in 1864, but it was rebuilt and continued to produce iron for the Confederacy until 1865. Catherine Furnace was the last of the region's several major iron operations to close. During its years of operation, Catherine Furnace used many buildings and employed dozens of laborers. Workers cut and hauled wood, excavated iron ore and lime, operated the furnace, and hauled the finished iron to market. When not needed for furnace operations, workers cultivated land previously cleared of timber. Iron making required four elements: iron ore, limestone, charcoal, and a source of power. Fueled by charcoal and fanned by a bellows, the furnace reached temperatures in excess of 2,800 degrees. Deposits of iron ore were dumped down into the stacks into the fire. Lime was then added to draw impurities from the molten iron. The superheated iron and lime deposit melted and ran out of the bottom of the stack. Workers skimmed off the impurities, slag, and channeled the purified iron into sand molds. The solid iron bars that resulted, known as pigs, were then transported to a forge elsewhere, where skilled craftsmen fashioned them into pots, kettles, tools, and other items. So that's kind of interesting. So you can see the actual chimney there. Let me show you what it looked like beforehand. So what you can see here is this is the furnace that you see the remains of. As you can see there. And then so off to its left, let me see if I can do both at the same time. There we go. So you've got the furnace here. Then you've got the engine house. So I suppose that's going to be where the charcoal and everything pushes the superheat up, furnace stack. Bridge house, probably where they bring the, if you look at this, where they would bring the ore in and drop it down in. So that would be on that ridge up there behind it. Yeah, there we go, up high. And then our casting house, I guess, as that runs down into the casting house, into the molds. I imagine this channel is going to be off to the side here. You can see that channel right off to the side there. It's probably where they would bring that in. And, of course, the blacksmith shop. You can see all of that. So, very cool. Very cool indeed. As I've said many times, this part of the country was the beginning of the industrialization of America. So there's a lot to it. This furnace was here before the Civil War, and without iron, where would we be? We certainly wouldn't have the ability to make wheels, and the list goes on. So everything about this country that began the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s began in this area much sooner than that, in the early 1800s. So I thought you'd appreciate it. Motley Patriot, just keeping it real. Peace.